Hey YouTube, I'm Aaron Ross and welcome back to a new video. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button and turn the bell on so you are notified every time I post a new video. This week, we are going to be talking about the Fujifilm 35 f2. If you've been following along, I have been making a transition from Nikon to Fuji and spending a week at a time with one lens attached to the Fuji X-T3. This week, I decided to try something a little different. I've been spending a lot of time out on the street and decided to come inside and do a little bit of food photography. Now, the 35 f2 is a weather sealed lens, so obviously outside it would be great, but I decided not to test that at the moment. I decided to try something different and do food photography with the 35 f2 on a full frame. That's the equivalent of a 50mm, which is a pretty common focal length for food photography. It's enough. Alarm setting, just so you know, house is secure. Anyways, like I was saying, the 35mm focal length on the Fuji is like a 50mm on a full frame camera. Therefore, it gives enough context. It's wide enough, but really allows you to get in on some of those details as well. The first attempt that I did of food photography, I decided not to film. I just wanted to see how it goes. I had a friend over and she decided to take a behind the scenes shot, so I'll show that here. And it was of a burger, a classic kind of hero burger shot, just kind of right on, and did a little bit of styling around the burger with jalapenos and tomatoes and a beer in the background. So I will put that finished photo here. And for a first attempt, I think it was great. There's definitely a few things that I learned and a few things that I would change if I were to do it again. But I had to just get started. You know, it's a theme that I have pushed on this channel so far, and I had to do that myself and just get started. So for the second attempt, I decided to go in the fruit direction, and we had some blueberries and strawberries in the house and decided to lay that out. And it's not quite a flat lay, but I wanted to get a little bit of a higher angle and really try and play with the lighting and see how that impacts the shadows. And what you'll see in the behind the scenes here is that I had to use the flash on both sides and ended up blending the images together to balance it out, to fill in some of the shadows on one side that were a little too dark for what I was going for. So I do think that this 35mm lens was good in both scenarios, in both photos. I am excited about what I can do, thinking about the future of this channel and food photography. I want to expand a little bit and not just do street photography, but also do some food photography and also talk about just food in general. I think it's a powerful tool for all of us as humans. We have to consume it, but it brings us together in so many cool ways. So I'm excited for what I'm going to be doing down the road as this channel develops and evolves. But we will definitely still be out there doing street photography. That's not going anywhere, but wanted to give this 35 f2 a different test than what I have always shot. There's plenty of videos on this channel of me shooting at 35mm on a crop sensor camera out on the streets already. So I will link one of those up here and a few others down in the description below. If you are interested in how this focal length looks out on the street, because I do think the difference between this and the Nikon is not that great. I think this is a sharp lens. I'm very excited about this lens. It's a lot more compact than the Nikon version, particularly when it's on the X-T3. It just looks really small. And I'm looking forward to using this lens in future food photography and a lot of other situations. So next week, I will be taking off the 35mm and putting on the 18-55. This is the kit lens of the Fuji system, and I will be taking it to a Chicago Fire soccer game and showing you how it performs there. So until next time, leave a comment below telling me what you think about both of these food photography images and any questions that you have about the 35 f2. And until next time, just get started.